All right, welcome back to my channel, Conspiracy and Crime. I appreciate all you conspirators checking in with me. I'm your host, Tim Solberg, and we are bringing you another story out of Canada today. We are going to move over to Winnipeg, Manitoba, and we're going to rewind all the way back to February 2004. So in order to tell this story, we need to tell the story of Sunshine Wood. Sunshine, who also goes by Sunny, was a member of the Cree Nation. She grew up in God's River, Manitoba, and pretty uneventful life up until 2003. Now, in 2003, Sunny made the decision to move to Winnipeg, Manitoba, where she was living with some family members and was going to school, was really prepping herself to get ready for college. It has been stated by Anthony, who is Sunshine's dad, that she was a pretty typical teenager, right? She loved to live and laugh, and that was a direct quote from Anthony. And there was nothing really out of the ordinary for Sunshine. Now, we do know also from Anthony, family members, and police that Sunshine was straight and narrow. She didn't do drugs. She didn't partake in any alcohol, and for the most part was friendly with everybody, right? She was a very well-liked individual. Now, at the time of Sunshine's disappearance, she was 16 years old, so she wasn't that old, right? She did spend a lot of time downtown Winnipeg and had a lot of friends down there. Not saying that that plays a factor into it, but she was deemed by her father, Anthony, as somebody who was very street smart. Now, if we talk about street smarts, my definition of that is somebody that knows how to carry themselves very well, understands the different dynamics of different people, a lot of diversity, right? Knows when to spot and get out of the way of danger, knows when things are good or bad, and really just knows how to handle situations, right? And this is not easy to do, and not everybody's street smart, right? And some people are more street smart than others. And her father, Anthony, felt that Sunshine was very street smart, especially being in the streets of Winnipeg. Now, keep in mind, she wasn't homeless by any means, right? But there was a significant thing that happened prior to her disappearance. And we don't know if it's tied into the story or not. So, a few months prior to her disappearing in February, she had decided to move out of her family's residence and move in with a woman named Priscilla. Now, Anthony has stated he doesn't know much about Priscilla. At this point, we don't even know if Priscilla was even questioned by the police and or was a person of interest, right? So that seems to be a theme in this case, and maybe I just didn't find it, but I definitely didn't see anything out there where she was named anything. Now, that could be the case, right? Just because you live with somebody and they disappear doesn't mean that you were involved by any means. And some of the facts that we're going to talk about might point to a different direction anyways, but it's always nice to know all of the facts in the case, whether they're relevant or irrelevant. All right, so what do we know about her disappearance? So we know that Sunshine was downtown Winnipeg at the St. Regis Hotel. And surveillance footage at 11:45 p.m. shows Sunny opening the door for a patron. Both had a smile on their face, or somewhat of a smile, right? And nothing looked out of ordinary. There was a few people that were down there, but they just looked like they were talking, and typical thing at a hotel, probably at 11:45. I travel a lot and I see that happen quite a bit, especially since most hotel bars are open until 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So nothing out of the ordinary there. One thing that was kind of weird is it is unknown. I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet if the person she held the door open for was ever questioned or was ever named a person of interest. Not saying that they were or that they were involved, but it's always nice to know the facts if that's the case or not. Okay. Another important factor that I want to point out, yes, she was 16. If you look at the facts of missing person, a lot of them are deemed runaways, right? A lot of them end up running away from home for one reason or another. It has been stated by her father, Anthony, that she was never a runaway or could never be deemed a runaway, right? She was a pretty happy-go-lucky person. And again, going back to what we stated before, she was always happy, living, and laughing. So that's not the case. Now, the last couple of facts that I want to hit in this story is that the police suspect that there was bad intentions, right? So she is missing, but she is missing and expected to be murdered. And that is definitely a sad fact. However, there's always hope when you haven't found a body. And that's something that we want to hold on to until we find a body or we find Sunshine, aka Sunny, alive, right? No matter how unlikely it is, even a 1% chance is a 1% chance. So what we're going to do is we're going to put hashtag Sunshine on our social medias, and you'll see that when I post it on Facebook. All right, here's what I'm going to leave you with, my conspirators. Not a long video today. There's not a lot of facts about this case, right? And I wanted to get as many facts out there as possible. One, for your entertainment. Two, because the more people that know the facts, a better chance we might get a tip or hear something back. Now, those tips would never come to me. Go to your local law enforcement, of course, but it is something that we're trying to do. We're trying to bring awareness to people that have been missing for a long period of time, okay? I also want to talk about the channel for a moment. As you can see, like I stated before, we've done a lot of work on the channel. We still have a lot of work to go, so I do appreciate all those comments that you've left. And I would always encourage, leave some comments in YouTube. If you're on my Facebook, definitely leave some comments on my Facebook as well. I always love to hear them. The feedback has been plentiful, but it is helping. If you haven't noticed, we've almost got the voice problems under control. I think we've got it nailed down for this video. For whatever reason, I'm not noticing it. It might be because I'm the one that's talking. I have been utilizing a few other people to come in and kind of verify. They feel like it's pretty close. But if there's one person out there that just doesn't feel like it's nailed down, then we're going to continue to work until it does get nailed down, because we want to bring quality, right? We bring all our videos in 4K. We've got great equipment, and it's something that I want to bring. We don't make any money for these videos, so this is my own personal money that I'm spending on this. It is a passion project to bring this to you folks, so we want to do it right, and we're going to continue to do it right. Like I stated before, we also painted the walls. That was something that people were giving us feedback on. The yellow just wasn't doing it. We've got some graphics that we need to paint on there in the next couple of weeks. We're going to put some curtains up. And then the last piece is we're going to add in some foam for our audio, just to take a little bit of that echo away that I can hear when I'm listening to the videos. We've got the proper mics, we've got the proper programs, and we're going to continue to work forward to bring the best quality possible for this channel. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, it's a request. If you know or you have a story that you would like me to tell, leave it in the comments down below. I would love to tell some stories, things that'll bring and draw people to the channel. And as we're growing as a community, maybe we can make a difference. Again, this is a passion project, right? And we're going to continue to work on it. That's where I need your help. Continue to provide that feedback. And if you have video ideas, definitely put them down below. So that being said, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. There's only a couple of days left. You've got tonight, Thursday, Friday, bring you into the weekend, and then I'll bring you Sunday's entertainment. Have a wonderful day, conspirators. I'm over and out.